I'm better than Ben
Welcome
at
back,
Minecraft.
everybody.
Sorry.
That's a 5-second penalty, 5-second timeout for Charlie. Welcome back, everybody, to the Words from Nerds podcast. Once again, your three wonderful hosts, Aiden, Ben, and Charlie, can come back into the into the frame now. We're back, baby, with another wonderful episode. I'm very excited for this one. Charlie was just saying how he was very weirdly excited as well. And I think that just means that there's just something unspoken in the air, you know, because other days it's like, all right, let's get in, let's talk about these projects. And, you know, there's a lot of variations in the past where, you know, maybe I could have been more excited at that point. For some reason today, I'm most excited I've been in a while to sit down and talk. So let's, you know, cut all the fat. We got some comments to get into. And if you also want to leave a comment, please feel free to do so, because we will say it on here no matter what it is. I'll say a slur. I don't care. I will get canceled for engagement. You know, that's how much I bleed for this. You can leave a comment as well. You can also like and sub if you feel so inclined to, if you're liking the content. The audio listeners have been popping off, bro. Audio listeners have been going crazy. We're like doing the best we've ever done in the history of this podcast.
Why don't you tell us about this, Aiden?
Month. I don't know.
He doesn't
I feel like
feed
I
our
don't really
egos.
care. But literally since June, from June of earlier this year on, we have had like the biggest streak of just like constant listeners. So it's really cool. I don't know if it's just all that like weird like spam of, hey, someone listened to every single one of your episodes in one day today. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Nonetheless, we very much appreciate it. So audio listeners, you can text us if you want to leave a comment there, or hop to the YouTube. Anyways, as I said, we will read them out loud, and we got 2 comments this week. One from you know, a staple here, B Woody 94, Mr. Brandon Woodworth. My favorite part of this episode is when Charlie has to sit there and listen to his parents fight.
Felt like a childhood divorce.
We've all had our moments on this here podcast. I think every single one of us have had our moments of being the odd one out, just kind of spectating the ping pong match going on in front of them. So, you know, I'm glad you picked up on the reference. You know, it's
intentional. Chat. I just want you to know it was not intentional.
It can be a lot of fun. So I'm glad somebody appreciated that. And then we got another comment from Cyber Manor. I struggled with this one when I first saw it, because I don't know if it's just like the pessimist in me, but I automatically assumed it was sarcasm. But it could easily not be. I don't know. But he said, enjoyed y'all's review of Wake Up Dead Man with a thumbs up. And the reason I say I feel like I thought it was sarcasm is because we talked about Wake Up Dead Man for like 8 minutes.
Sure.
And so I was like
halfway through the episode.
It's halfway through the episode. We talked about it for 8 minutes, and it's the thumbnail. So I was like, oh, I could see someone clicking on it for that and just being like, oh yeah, enjoyed y'all's review on it. I think though, genuinely, he is saying I enjoyed y'all's review of Wake Up Dead Man. So Cyber Manor, thank you, brother. We greatly appreciate it. If you're listening this week, let us know if it's sarcasm or not, so we can kind of clear that up. But yes, we got a nice little agenda today. Timestamps are going to be in the description or on your little bar down there. This is completely off topic. I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I bought YouTube Premium Lite earlier this week. I used to have YouTube Premium, but it jumped up to $20 on me, and I could not justify it. But they introduced Premium Lite, where you have no ads on.
Are you buying it on Apple?
Yeah, I think I bought mine on Apple. Yeah,
you gotta buy it on the you gotta buy it on the website, brother. You gotta buy it on.
Oh,
the
really?
Website. Yeah, it's cheaper.
Really, it's cheaper than $10.99.
Yeah, because Apple upcharges, or YouTube has to upcharge because of the cut that Apple takes when they.
Is that why Twitch like mobile subs are more expensive?
Yep.
That's just so stupid.
100%, brother.
Wow.
100%. But I just found this out too. It's funny you say this, Aiden. I don't want to take your story.
No, go ahead.
Me and my fiance, we gave each other our Christmas gifts early because we're going to be out of town for actual Christmas. So we did it the other day. And she got me a year of YouTube Premium. Well, it's not there's no like year of YouTube Premium. She just bought like $150 gift card, and that's what it was for. And she's like, "Yeah, I saw you can get 12 months for $150." And I go to YouTube on the app on my phone, and I'm like, and I did the math because I didn't see a year option. I did the math, and it was like $220 some odd dollars for a year. I was like, I think you. I mean, I don't know, but if you might have messed up here.
I need some more cash here.
Hey, yo, I'm having to spend money on my Christmas present. What are we doing?
And exactly, bro. And then she goes to the web. She's like, "What? No, I swear, I saw it like this." And she went to the website on just like Safari, and then the prices were lower for both light and regular premium. Light was like $8, and regular premium was like 14 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Well, and what got me was because I was like, cause I watch YouTube every single day, like every single day. We watch that to go to sleep. I just put on YouTube video and I let that play in the background. So every single day I am using YouTube, and there's nights where this is a picky thing, but I'll put on a video to go to sleep, and halfway through I'll hit an ad. So like while I'm trying to listen to the video to fall asleep, I'm just hitting an ad, and I'm like, so then I wake back up, I wait for the ad to go, I skip the ad and put it back down. I'm like, okay, I got another like 10 minutes before another one pops up. And I got tired of doing that, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet on it. And I looked and I saw that they introduced a light version, and I was like, dude, this is clutch, because all it is no ads on videos. And I was like, that's all I need. I don't care about the music, I don't care about anything else. Just give me no ads. So I was like, I'll gladly pay $11 a month for no ads. So got that. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Because
I love it.
That's what I was worried about, because I want to get light as well. But I don't know, the messaging of it was like confusing to me. I'm probably just reading too much into it, but it said like no ads on videos. With like the exception of some
exceptions,
music videos and stuff like, which I don't care about that. Like I'm not gonna, or some music, like that's not. I don't use YouTube for that.
Or like maybe like free movies with ads, like movies that are free with
probably
ads.
That too.
Those ads stay, but I'm like, I don't even care about that if I'm watching a movie, and I never watch a movie on YouTube. So that's never an issue to me. But I love it. It's been great. I've been just like click a video, go to sleep. Even earlier today, I was playing a video at the gym, and I swiped up to go somewhere else, and it still played in the background. I don't know if it was a glitch or if that's included with it, but very, very good stuff there.
Cool.
Anyways, I love YouTube.
That's good to know, because now I'm going to use that $150 I can get a year and a half of YouTube Lite. So
there you go. Yeah,
100%.
Do it, bro. It's so worth it.
So you basically are switching out your gift that your fiance gave you.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty. Well, no,
hey, that's nice, but I'm gonna do my own thing.
You know,
just for the Miles Morales aspect. Yeah, 100%.
You're not him. You're not him.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, no, you
you
don't have to worry about being.
You're definitely that. You are definitely that.
You are Shamik Moore. That you don't have to worry about, man. All right.
Oh god.
Anyways, I want to do a segment, and I don't think Charlie was not here for the briefing that me and Ben had before we started, but I got the whole agenda here. I guess that's where I got off topic. Our agenda today, with the timestamps and everything like that, we're going to get into a little bit of what we watched this week. More so, I was the one that brought it up, and then Ben said we should definitely do it. I guess he has something cooking for us, Charlie. So we're going to do a what we watched segment. Pluribus, penultimate episode, because the finale is tomorrow. We want to get this out so that we can get some theories and whatnot out. Me and Charlie can, I guess. So the people that like the show can, I guess. And then we're going to talk about the big main event from this past week, which was Avatar. But first, we're going to touch on the trailers that were attached with it in order of Doomsday, Odyssey, and then Avatar. And Charlie, I don't know if you've watched the Odyssey trailer, the one that dropped.
The one that dropped today? No, I have not watched that.
Okay.
Yet.
Yeah.
Well, then we can maybe even throw that up to get your reaction to it.
100%.
So that we can talk about it, and then we'll end it off with Avatar. So I mean, if you clicked on this video, because I'm assuming the thumbnail and the title is going to be Avatar. Well, I know it is. And you just want to hear that, go jump to that. But everything else that's kind of the breakdown. So what we watched this week, I kind of want to save Ben for last because now I'm really intrigued on it. So I want to start off because I actually did my job this week, and that was actually watching stuff to like bring back here and talk to y'all about.
Aiden, please, brother.
Oh, I don't think it's anything. I'd temper expectations. I don't know if it's anything that you would.
We're getting close to the year end. Our lists have to be like, somewhat complete with all the big stuff.
Oh yeah. I watched
Frankenstein, brother.
Oh, Frankenstein. Yeah, that was, dude.
I've been waiting for.
I'll get to that. Anyways, I did watch a 2025 release though that I have been really, really wanting to watch for a while. Just given all the buzz it's been getting. That's Sentimental Value with Stellan Skarsgård, Elle Fanning, and it was fine. It was just fine. I think I'm at like a 6.5, maybe a 7. It's good. Me and Brandon talked a lot about Hamnet because somebody that he went to the movie with said that it was like one of the worst movies they've ever seen. And I think, it's my favorite movie this year. And Brandon really liked it a lot too. And when we got out of Sentimental Value, he was like, "Yeah, after watching that, I could see how somebody could come out of Hamnet and say that they just really didn't like it because we walked out of Sentimental Value, didn't really like it. But everyone had been talking about how it's just this big tearjerker, has a 4.2 on Letterboxd, and I will say it's like gorgeously acted. I mean, it is such a treat filmmaking wise, but man, is it paced horribly. It's 6 minutes longer than Hamnet and it felt like an eternity. There are some moments where I'm just like, yeah, this is like maybe too pretentious for me. I don't know, it just felt really weird. Like Fabelmans, I feel like is so rich and tasteful when it comes to like, hey, look at this person and how much filmmaking means to them and how this can affect somebody so deeply. And then you look at Sentimental Value and it's kind of just like, it's that message, but done over the top and kind of in a highbrow way to where it kind of just feels like for lack of a better word, a circle jerk when it comes to like filmmaking and like these types of movies and whatnot. So it's fine. And then I watched The Housemaid. It's actually funny. This movie sucks, first off, but they're based on a book, and my wife read the books while we were on our honeymoon, and she read all 3 of them. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I read the books. I really want to go see the movie." And we were sitting there, and I was like, it was Friday, and we were gonna go like to Brandon's house, and I was like, well, how about we just go watch it tonight at like 10 p.m. And she was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So we hung out there, and then we went to watch The Housemaid at 10 p.m. And Amanda Seyfried is great. Boys, I got you. I went and suffered through it so that I can do some Batman scouting on Brandon Sklenner because he is in there. Not gonna lie, I'm like, if I were at a 5 before, I'm at like a 7 now. Watching him play this like very like cocky, charismatic, sexy, rich guy. Like there's a scene where he's at dinner with Sydney Sweeney's character, and he's like in this turtleneck, just like dripped out, and he's like slowly manipulating her to go back to the room with him.
I think I've seen that before, actually.
What?
I've seen that exact Like the image that you're describing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Turtleneck, drip
look at him right
down.
now,
Yeah.
handsome,
Oh,
sexy.
that's what you're
Yeah.
talking about. That's what you're talking. I thought you were
Try
talking
getting me
about the
back to
manipulating
his
part.
room.
Like that's what I was like. Wait, what? What the hell
At
are
dinner
we
with
talking
Sydney
about?
Sweeney. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting me to go back to his room with him.
Type shit.
All right. But yeah, like there's this scene where he's at dinner and he's just putting this like suave on her and like, you know, just manipulating her. And yeah, man, I was like, holy, this is if anything else comes from this movie, or if nothing else comes from this movie, at least I got to do some good Batman scouting. And I like it. I'm really bought in on it. You know, I wouldn't be mad at all if this is the route they went. But yes, the movie sucked. Sydney Sweeney, I'd rather watch fucking paint dry or stare at a brick fucking wall than watch her try to act. Oh my God, is it horrible? This is the first thing I've seen her act in. My wife told me Euphoria she was pretty good in. Oh my God, she's god awful in this. So that was horrible and really felt like a big waste of time. So
you never saw Madam Web?
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. Oh, but dude, Madam Web made Isabella Marced look like she can't fucking act for shit. So, you know, at least I can actually see that I'm not tripping. It is actually just her because, man, she was awful, dude. She was really bad. And then I watched Uncut Gems today. You know, I've been hearing a lot of the comparisons to Marty Supreme and obviously the Safdie brothers. And I watched half of Catch Me If You Can. So I felt like, hey, the other piece of that puzzle is to watch Uncut Gems. Great movie. Solid 8 out of 10. I like it a lot. I think this time around, the ending kind of pissed me off a little bit more in terms of kind of just doing too much there towards the end. So I feel like they could have probably ended it a little bit better. But that was what I watched this week. And then obviously Avatar and everything else that we're going to talk about. So I believe that's it. Yeah. Mr. Charleston.
Yeah. You know, as I mentioned last week, Silo was on the agenda, and Benjamin mentioned that he was also interested in doing it. I have finished season 1, and I'm I think halfway through season 2. A very good show. Very good show, must say. You know, so far I'd probably put season 1 above 2, but 2 is still doing a lot of cool things, and I've yet to see how all that's going to resolve, though. But you know, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like if Benjamin's going to get around to it. But Rebecca Ferguson, she's as great as ever. Honestly, the very beginning, early days of the show, like are very all over the place, but like it's to a point where like you're locked in. And also, I guess as it pertains to you, Ben, just specifically what you've mentioned about Pluribus, I imagine as just for like the overall picture, you might have a similar problem with this show, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if you get there. Other than Silo, you know, no movies other than what we're supposed to be watching. So I don't have anything to report other than that. Yeah. That's where all my time went, was just binging Silo. So,
Cool.
I've seen obviously the stuff we're going to talk about. I still have one episode of Welcome to Derry left, which I will be watching over the next couple of days. I told this to Charlie in the group chat, but I think I've come around on it, and I think that you would actually really enjoy it, as I've thought about like the balance of character work versus like, you know, the lore of the story and scary scenes and whatnot. Like they've put a lot into the characters, and like there's been some really good emotional moments that have been happening towards the back half of the season. So I know you've been considering it. I would say give it a try, to be honest. And I've really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to finish it off. see how they end this season, because I know that there's talk of 2, if not 3 seasons of this. So I'm already sold for it, but just need to finish off that last episode. Have not started Silo. I plan to do that this week. Should have a little bit more time for that, I hope. Gonna try to get through that pretty quickly, just because otherwise I don't really need Apple TV. But then 2 movies that I watched this week.
Oh,
And I said this was going to be exciting for you guys because both of them have some pretty big implications on things.
on your is it 2025 releases? Let's go.
It is rewatches of 2025 releases.
Okay.
You're bummed.
Aiden's
You don't know what I'm
immediately
about to say.
No. I was assuming that you had went to go see Hamnet, and then if you said there were big implications, I was like, oh my god, he watched it, he's high on it. But I'll take rewatches.
No. So there's 2 movies that I rewatched. I rewatched Wake Up Dead Man because it's out on Netflix.
Oh yes, I watched that as well too this week. Yeah, I rewatched it.
And then the other one that I rewatched is Sinners, which I had not seen since it came out.
Before you continue, speaking of Knives Out, I do want to say that I watched some clips from the first Knives Out, and I take back what I said. The first one's better. First one's the best one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%.
I think I was on the fence between the first one and the third one, but the first one, 100%, the first one. So
Yeah.
So I don't want to spoil too much because I know we're gonna do like a whole year end. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5 of the year, but act like I haven't. We're not going to factor in Avatar or anything. Like, I'm just going to act like, I just rewatched these 2 and I rearranged. Okay. So, there's not going to be too many big implications there, but I wanted to give my new top 5 of the year and just, I'll leave it out there. Number 5, Wake Up Dead Man. Number 4, F1.
wow.
Number 3, Sinners. Number 2, Frankenstein. Number 1, Superman.
Wow.
That's where I'm at right now. That's all. I just Wake Up Dead Man went up a little bit. Sinners went up a little bit. F1 and then Weapons, they got booted down a little bit. They got kicked down a little bit. So
I like that.
Yeah, just appreciating a lot on these rewatches, and I'm glad that I rewatched Superman, Weapons, basically everything in my top 10 I've seen a second time now that it's been out on streaming. And that's been really good to kind of shape and form, because I said before that every time I watch one of them, I'm like, man, this list could move around in any direction.
Yeah.
And then as I've watched more of them, it keeps moving around. So Wake Up Dead Man, yeah. I think because I was no longer caught up on the mystery because I know what's going to happen, I was able to appreciate more of the craft that went into the movie and the themes and whatnot. So a second watch did
beautiful.
that movie so much for me. Yeah. And then Sinners is just cinema. I mean,
it's so good, dude.
I think I loved it my first time through, but then you get a couple months separated from it, and then you watch something else that's also great, and then that's just what happens. So now that things are more fresh on the mind, yeah, I have Sinners a little bit higher up on my list. I've given praise before to movies that can take place in basically a singular location, but also in such a short period of time. We really get to live in this one night, really. And it's just the way that they tell that story is just very, very good. I hope because it released early in the year that it doesn't get too overlooked for Oscar nominations. Because I mean, at least from memory, I still think Michael B. Jordan should get a nomination for this movie. I put him
100%.
as one of my favorite performances of the year. I don't know how they do that since he's two characters. I mean, I assume he gets one nomination for both, but yeah, just phenomenal stuff. Such a well-made movie. The music, Ludwig, you cooked.
Oh, dude, it is. God,
It's so good.
I absolutely loved rewatching Sinners. Like,
Yeah.
I mentioned this whenever I did rewatch it. I got to the end where he said, like, as soon as he starts talking and he's like, "Can I ask you something?" That night, before everything happened, and then it's like, earlier this morning, and it's just like, oh, and he's like, of course it was. And he's like, was that the best? Like, that was the best time of my life. Like, was it the same for you? He's like, oh, of course it was. Last time I saw my brother, oh, and it just hits. Like, bro, I went back and I rewound it like 4 times and just watched that scene over and over. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm scared that if I watch it a third time, that it will jump to my number 1 spot. Like,
why are you scared of that?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm like,
'Cause
oh,
it's a black movie,
it's
man.
gonna
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, I can't have that shit up on my top.
I just want to say, because like I'm rewatching some of these, I think that each of us have something big that we should watch by the end of the year. I think Charlie should watch Nija 2. I think
Mhm.
Aiden should watch Frankenstein. And I should watch
Ballad of Wallace Island. Genuinely.
Sure. No, I will.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we're all gonna watch
Yeah.
Marty Supreme, so we're gonna check that off. But for other like get to the big, most well-reviewed, most talked about movies by the end of the year, I think it will be a good way for us to like kind of round things off, especially now that like all of that is streaming somewhere at this point.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the only reason I recommend Ballad of Wallace Island to you is because Austin Burke has it in his top 3 of the year. So I'm like, all right, it's not just me. If it were just me, I'd be like, maybe I'm just like really high on this because it means something. It means so much to me outside of the movie, more like
sure.
me and my wife and whatnot. And so, but if he has it rated that high, I'm like, you know what? I'll recommend it. So, okay, I'll put Frankenstein on my. I got a big drive to Texas, and if I don't watch it, then I'll definitely watch it before. So, I was close to watching it today, but Uncut Gems was 40 minutes less of runtime, and that was enough for me to fit it in before I had to cook dinner. So I was like,
Uncut Gems is like 2 hours.
Oh no, so then maybe it's like a whole hour less. Yeah,
I think
it's like a whole
Frankenstein is
hour
like
less.
240. It is.
Yeah,
It is a
Uncut
lot.
Gems was an hour 45. So I was like, okay, that gives me time to like make dinner before everything whatnot. So yeah, I was close to watching it today. If I had a little bit more time, I would have. But
Yeah. So
I'll
a
get
little
to it.
bit of list implications as we round off the year, just kind of shifting around stuff towards the top. So it's kind of what I decided to prioritize a little bit this past week was rewatching some of those and just seeing where everything falls.
Yeah, it felt kind of good to get back to, covering up or adding on some more 2025 releases. So, yeah, I watched 3 2025 releases. So, and unfortunately, Sentimental Value and Housemaid are like 33 and 40 out of 44 on my list. So that wasn't great. Didn't implicate any of the top 10s, but alrighty. Well, with that,
I was just checking. I've watched 53 2025 releases.
Rookie numbers.
Yeah,
I don't even know how many I'm at. I don't even know.
I'm fully expecting Marty Supreme to really be a big dog up there based on everything people saying. So, alrighty. But we will get to that, a little bit later down the line. Right now, though.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Right now, what takes the precedent is Pluribus penultimate episode. At the time of recording this, at the time of you listening to this, actually, the finale will be coming out tonight. and you know, we'll know by this time tomorrow everything that we need to know about season 1 in its entirety. But until then, we got the penultimate episode. Our immediate reactions to Pluribus, episode 8.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. They just keep it coming. Keep the bangers coming. Oh, what a sigh of relief.
Ben was beaten into submission.
What? No, this was a good episode. What do you mean?
Beaten into submission is crazy.
I don't know how you couldn't watch this week's episode and the last couple weeks' episode and clearly see the distinction to why this one is better than the last couple.
Honestly, bro, this is just shit that they've been doing. Like last week's episode compared to the penultimate is the same thing. I'm like, all right, bro, like we're getting big implications. Like the plot's moving, like we're getting some heavy shit that we're dealing with. Let's keep it going. And I don't know, this same situation here. Yeah, I'm big fan of this. I've been a big fan of the past couple episodes though. So I've been right here, Ben. Been waiting for you, buddy.
You want me to go, Charlie? What?
No, man, I'll go. Yeah, dude. This was a little banger episode. I loved, I mean, the slight moment you have of like Carol, you think that she's just giving it all up, you know, and like she's just embracing this new way of life. But then she comes home and opens up the whiteboard. She sits there for a second, and then just in huge letters, they eat people. Like it was like she was reminding herself, man. Oh man, it was great stuff. Great stuff, bro. And then to flash forward to the conversation she has with Zosha. Tell me you know that I'm not going to give this up, that I have not given up, and I won't give up. Great stuff, man. Absolutely just phenomenal stuff. I guess I'm a little bit confused as to Carol's intentions and at the current moment. Like, is she genuinely... It seems like she's also caught in the middle of how she feels because...
Excuse me.
They're telling her, we love your books. And she had no intentions, it seems like, other than I guess the first whiteboard did have some notes on it for the Waikaro series. But it didn't seem like she had any intentions on like actually following through with like writing more. And then once Zosha tells her that they love her books and they really want her to continue, then she starts typing it out and she lets Zosha read it and yada, yada, yada. So that is like what confuses me a little bit, but she's still like gung ho on. I'm sure when Manuso shows up, like it's gonna be right back to, I don't know, plan A of trying to figure out how to stop this whole thing. But it just seems like a weird side project, is what I guess I'm trying to say, for where she's at with these people, at least seemingly. The diner thing was certainly interesting. I loved watching, like, as she left, you see like everybody stop doing what they're doing and like the cars stop driving immediately. Like, I don't know. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's an absolute banger, baby. Real quick, because I want to wait for Ben's, bro, because I don't know, he's kind of scared me a little bit up there for like future talk. Yeah, no, I absolutely loved it. And just to like kind of build on what you're saying about like Carol being in this position of what is she actually doing? Is she writing her book? Is she not? You know, now she's asking them to come back, but then she still has her worries, and she's even telling her like, repeat back to me that you understand what's going on here and what this deal is. And as soon as she starts to get a little bit too deep into that, Zosha fucking makes out with her, bro. Like, and I don't know. And I think the past couple weeks, and while like we've seen hints, and I think this episode made it more apparent that like the hive mind is this evil fucking entity. And like, oh yeah, you know, hot take, the hive mind's evil, but but I feel like that's been more apparent these past couple weeks where they've really started to plant a lot of those seeds and hammer home like, hey, pay attention to their behavior, pay attention to the way that they react to things, or like even just the small things that they're doing. And that was just kind of like all the fireworks going off at once of like, oh man, they are preying on Carol. Like, this is not good. This is not okay. And I think that is so sinister to where whenever Carol's finally in that groove making breakfast with her, her face just drops and she's like, you have a visitor coming. And it's just like, boom, let's fucking go, dude. So but I think the way all of that is played, and I don't mean to just like jump straight into spoilers and like take, ammo away from y'all's review, but I say all that to say that the past couple of weeks of Carol's behavior and even the hive mind's behavior whenever we see them, and then obviously earlier in this episode leading into that big moment, it makes a lot of that worth it for me. And it's a lot of the things that I was saying last week and the week before that, where it's like, yeah, Carol's being really weird and Carol's like going in one direction and turning around and doing the complete opposite thing. And I think that's intentional. I think that's on purpose. She's in that state right now, and the hive mind knows that and is ultimately trying to find a way to prey on that, which is what we see in this episode. So for those reasons, I think
for me, yeah, it was
phenomenal,
sorry to cut you off, but it's a little weird also because she acknowledges that like she knows that they're trying to distract her with these things, and yet she still indulges in those things. I guess maybe she thinks that she is above that, like she knows that they're doing it, so she's like, since she's aware of it, she knows how to not fall into it, maybe. But she does strike me as that sort of character. Like that seems like a character trait of hers, but.
Yeah, and that's what my wife was saying. She was like, as soon as they started making out, she was like, she literally just said that they're trying to distract her, and then they do the absolute biggest distraction that they can do, which is preying on her loneliness and like latching onto her like that, or jumping onto her like that. And I don't know, at that point, it's very like, oh, that is like chilling how evil that is. And like and the fact that they know what they're doing, really disturbing stuff. So yeah, it really, this episode really justifies a lot of that messiness that the past couple of weeks had in store. And I knew that, and when I say that, it's messiness of Carol's character, because she was going in a bunch of different directions. I knew that she'd eventually come back on her driveway though. And I was like, okay, so then this is all leading to her eventually going back to them and them kind of manipulating her emotionally to get to that conclusion. But yeah.
Yeah. Thought this episode was great. This is kind of the type of stuff that I've been looking for, and I would say
this is why I said, all right, buddy.
Listen. We don't have to get into previous weeks, but this episode gave us a lot more answers, a lot more directions on things, and a lot more actual substance and motion in the story and development for Carol. She's hit this wall, and now she is starting to embrace what it looks like to try and live a new life in this society with these people. And that kind of give and take of that, I think, is completely justified and makes sense. Like, she went 6 weeks. Well, we got to about 6 weeks, but she went like a full month without human interaction, basically. And so then to get to this point of desperation and to let it in just a little bit, and then to kind of like play with it a little bit and mess with it, but then pull back. And like, I mean, I feel like that's almost justified and makes sense. Like, you've been alone for a whole month, and now it seems like you can actually live a bit of a normal life. And I think the reason why she's even embracing it in the first place is because she's still resilient on how she feels about them and wanting to get rid of them, which, I mean, they're setting that up to be like a big thing in the future of the show, is like they find a way to reverse it, which will get rid of all of these people. But then it will probably be to the point where Carol's actually going to miss the new life that she adjusts into. So I think that kind of give and take totally makes sense. But I like seeing, at least I like seeing everything actually be in motion. It's no longer just us watching Carol's journey, which felt still affected, but a little bit disconnected from what was happening. And now, really, we're still focused on Carol, but it's directly with her connection to these others. They called it the joining. So I found it way more interesting and engaging and emotional. And I'm like very interested to see where they're going to leave this off with the season finale. Cause obviously we got Manuso coming in, and he has been gun ho, never switch sides at all. After he was hospitalized for multiple weeks, as far as like the timeline goes, it was multiple weeks that he was hospitalized and then wakes up and immediately leaves. He still doesn't want a single thing from them. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when he shows up and says, "My name is Manuso. I want to save the world. I'm not one of them." So I just don't know where you take it from there. But this whole like this is the new normal, and Carol kind of leaning into it, that I'm finding really interesting because it's also allowing us to get answers about what's actually happening. Like the fact that there can just be questions of, "Hey, how does this work? Oh, hey, where are you guys from?" And then we're getting more bits and pieces of that to like fill in some of the blanks. Obviously, there's still like so much we don't know. But to me, it's just about the substance, the amount of stuff that we actually covered in this episode. This is, I wish that the last few episodes were like this, because then I would have loved the last few episodes. So I'm all here for it. I loved this episode. It probably my favorite episode since like, I don't know,
The
3.
premiere, the pilot.
I said 3.
My bad, bro. Sorry. I'm not
Come
sorry.
on.
I'm not sorry, chat.
Pilot's still the best episode of the season, though, and that's saying something. Just saying.
It's not saying anything at all, buddy. I don't think it's saying anything you're thinking it's
It
saying.
is. It's saying they started here and they haven't hit that again. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
If people say, well, a lot of people say
TikTok
it's the
brain.
best, one of the best pilot episodes of any TV show ever. So yeah, I mean, that's a hard bar to hit again, you know?
Well, and it's the literal like thing that kicks off the entire show. Like, I don't know. I think it's like kind of cheap to say it's a bad thing that the best episode is the pilot because it has a bunch of like moments, you know, like you're just latching onto those moments. It's the same conversation we had last week. Bunch of big stuff happens, big things happen that are really important. It's like, all right, bro, it's been happening all season. It's just played out different.
we're not gonna rehash this. We're not gonna.
I mean,
I liked this episode a lot. So take your win. Take your win.
yeah, finally. I hope it keeps you comfort knowing that you're like just in the biggest minority with how you're feeling.
I don't think I am at all.
Every time I see somebody talk about its pacing or whatever, I mean, they get flamed of just TikTok brain. The show isn't slow. You just can't handle the slow burn of it all.
I mean,
so
that's just your feed, man. I don't know. That's just your feed.
I don't know. You're
Of
wrong.
course, your feed is going to be curated to make you feel good about your opinions on the show. Like,
I get people talking about how they don't like the show, but then I open the replies and everybody in the replies is saying, "Yeah, buddy, you're on your own." So,
well, don't like is strong. Like, no episode has dropped below a 6 out of 10 for me. I've always said I still enjoy the show, but it's not as great as I think some people are saying it is.
yeah, I thought it was a banger. I think it's how I felt about the past couple ones too. So, yeah, you know, this was normal for me. Yeah, I'm very pleased.
Tomorrow, bro. I need to watch all this all the time, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, tomorrow should be interesting. It'll be a fun one, but they finally got Ben's approval. So Vince Gilligan, you're doing something right.
That's nope, not how that works.
Vince Gilligan, you're winning finally. Let's go.
I very much approved of it in the first couple of weeks, and it lost me a little bit. I don't think that's crazy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to defend myself. I don't feel bad for the way that I feel.
Yeah. All right, man.
Guys,
On to our next bit of news. Oh, there we go.
Ugh.
So with the release of Avatar, we talked about this a little bit last week. We get the big Doomsday trailers, one every week.
I saw the Doomsday trailer in 3D. Oh, I'm sorry, man. We're cooking you enough. I'm sorry, man.
Wait, that was a shot towards me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I was literally just saying the trailers that I got. It's not a...
Saw it in 3D. All right, buddy. You saw Cap hold a baby in 3D.
I don't...
Congrats, pal.
When I sent that, I listed like 3 or 4 trailers that I got to see. I wasn't like, no way, I saw Doomsday trailer was in 3D. I wasn't geeking.
Right,
I was actually kind of pissed that I had to put the glasses on before the movie started.
So are you happy that you waited to watch that in theaters?
Are we just getting into it? Are we getting into it?
Sorry, I guess I did interrupt Aiden's whole rigmarole.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just gonna say, yeah, these are the big 4 trailers. The next one already leaked. I watched it earlier today because
the Thor one.
Go.
The what?
Sorry. I completely forgot. Hey, listen though. You just were about to say you were just about to tell me that you were watching it in the theater, waiting to watch it in the theater. Didn't change much. You were about to say that. You're about to go into that. All right, let's remember that. Let's remember that. Okay.
You don't know what I was about to say.
That's what you were gonna say. Don't lie.
Oh my god, that's actually insane. He said,
I completely forgot, man. I completely forgot.
I'm pretty sure Aiden was talking about Spider-Man anyways.
No. I was talking about the next Doomsday trailer, but I was fully not gonna mention what was in it.
What is wrong with you guys?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah, he would know. Aiden was doing.
I'm just saying. Last week when we talked about it, and you guys knew, if you were just like, "Oh yeah, like the Cap trailer that leaked."
Well, no, we knew that this next one. We knew this next one was gonna be too back then when we were during that episode.
Where are you guys seeing this stuff?
It's all
Twitter,
over, bro.
Yeah, I mean it was weird. It kind of started as like, here's the slate, and I won't say what the third. Don't say what the third one is.
Bro.
Yeah,
bro's got like the timeline phases of the 4 Doomsday.
Yeah, no, like I think we pretty much know what every single trailer is going to be. It's like this character, this character, this character, and then whatever. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure like we even know what the third one is going to be. Which I'll go to the movies for that, but for this second one, yes, dude, that is actually
I need
insane.
to quit the pod. You guys are gonna
dude, it's not even, hold on. It's really not that bad, bro. It's really not that bad. You know he's in the movie. That's not even, if I had spoiled the Cap one, okay. You know he's in the movie. That's not that big of that's not that crazy.
Listen, it's not that. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't even know what all I said was his freaking name, bro, and you know he's in the movie.
Okay, but I theorized this myself, which was, what if we get like multiple parts that then build up into like a grander thing? And so now it just sounds like, oh, they're doing like character focused ones that are gonna.
Aiden's pulling that part of it. that was
no. It.
Just stop.
Yeah,
Just stop. We're done. We're done talking about what is happening in future weeks.
My
Okay.
God, yeah, that's insane. Oh shit, man, that was hilarious. He said the what? Oh my God. Fuck me, that dude.
What did you think was
That's an
going to happen next,
all-timer.
Benjamin? What did you think? man?
No, take responsibility. You fucking
No.
spoiled the shit.
No, hold on.
out of that.
I'm not even defending myself at this point. I genuinely want to know what you thought was going to happen next.
Oh my God.
Like, what did you think the next trailer was going to be?
Yeah, I guess based off this Cap trailer, I was gonna do an instant reaction because we don't know how Ben feels. I actually don't know how either. Well, I guess I kind of know how Charlie feels, but I mean, it doesn't matter now. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
I wish
what I expected. I don't know. I maybe thought at one point about they would do like per character type of thing. But I don't know if Thor would have been on that list. Well, I guess it makes sense because of what they're clearly doing, but
what I would have thought was that it would be Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and then a Doom, all teasers. Like that was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, the different teams.
Which
yeah.
brings me to my next point. This fucking bringing the Russos back. Doing RDJ. Now they've just confirmed all of my worries, which is like, yeah, let's just fucking do a nostalgia bait movie. Like,
really know
that's
Cap
what. I mean, we knew that Cap was in the movie. I mean, they had kind of hinted at, Chris Evans will be returning. Yes, we literally
I remember
talked about it on the
film
podcast.
Yeah,
we talked about it on the podcast, and we
were
like,
I thought it was based on. Was it for like the Materialist? He was doing press, and people were like, he looked. No, he's got the look.
It was like Discussing Film.
Yeah,
like had
a year ago, December 9th, Chris
returning.
Evans has been cast in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah. Although it did say it is currently unknown who he will be playing.
Yeah, and then we sat on the podcast and we talked about it, and we were like, I feel like we should be more excited about this, but we like our reaction was just like, okay, cool. I vividly remember doing that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, dude. It's frustrating. I don't really care about Cap. I don't care about Cap coming back, especially this early. I feel like it also just especially undermines every single thing about Sam Wilson's Captain America to just like throw Chris Evans right back in this role. Not even 5 years, a little over 5 years since we last saw him. And that's what I was talking to Charlie about last week. A lot of people are like, well, it's cool that Doomsday is just going to be a legacy sequel for a movie that's, hadn't even been out for a decade. It's just frustrating to me. I think it's so like cheap.
Yeah. I guess my thoughts on it. Because I originally said to you guys, and I still hold this sentiment to some degree, that if they're going this way, everything we think we know about this movie so far, they're re-releasing Endgame a couple months before Doomsday comes out. We think that's intentional story-wise. So if that leads into something that, now that we know Steve Rogers is back, if that leads into something that Steve Rogers did in Endgame, I do think that there are a lot of cool potential story elements that can be had within that. That being said, this still falls under the same thing of bringing RDJ back is desperate as hell. Bringing Chris Evans back is desperate as hell. Bringing the Russos back, desperate as hell. I know that they think that they feel like they've been struggling because the voices have been telling them that they're struggling. And truthfully, the box office numbers as well. Thunderbolts didn't perform very well. I think Fantastic Four didn't perform to the degree that they probably wanted it to, et cetera, amongst other years like the Marvels, et cetera. But I don't think that the answer to that is. Granted, it didn't say Captain America will return. It did say Steve Rogers will return. But it showed the Captain America suit. He pulled it out of the box and looked at it, To say to word it like that, to try to make it seem like it's not gonna undermine Sam Wilson Cap, crazy. You're lying at this point. Like there's no way you're gonna have Steve Rogers come back and not have him be more of a focal point than Sam is, And granted, if he's just Steve Rogers, okay, and he's probably gonna be a nomad character like he was in Infinity War. Maybe that's gonna be like his whole thing. Maybe he'll scratch off the star or whatever. I don't know. I imagine there's gonna be like some banter between him and Sam and Bucky about that or something. But still, this whole thing, it feels like, because I've always been pushing back back when I posted on TikTok regularly, I always pushed back against the people that the MCU was better before Endgame, and the MCU is just garbage now. I've never thought that was true. I've always, I've had issues with projects for sure, but I've never thought that that's the indicative of the entire product as a whole. And I mean, I guess Marvel's going to go where the money talks, and the money's talking about how Endgame was a great era, and pre-Endgame was a great era. So now they're tying everything back to Endgame, and it begs the question too of like, I mean, you literally titled the movie Endgame, and it doesn't end there. Like, the storylines of these characters do not end here. So what are we doing at this point? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, I know it seems like we're always like doom and gloom about Doomsday. And then sometimes we'll be positive about it, because like we're excited for it. We are. And like we're optimistic. Yeah.
I'm still gonna be there night one, and like,
sure,
as cheap as I think all of that is, I'm still so fucking excited for all of the moments. Like, I will give myself hype moments and aura pass on a movie like this, because I'm going in there for like the feeling of it all, and to watch a good superhero movie, and they know how to do that, right? They know how to bring those feelings out of you. As cheap as I think all of this is, if it hadn't got leaked and I was sitting there before Avatar and I saw Chris Evans and it said Steve Rogers will return, I still would have popped, like it still would have gotten something out of me. However, I'm not going to be blind to say that I think it's, that I think it's cheap. And that's what I was saying. Like, man, had this been a Thunderbolts team teaser trailer and then a Fantastic Four, like our three teams, and then like a Doctor Doom or like an actual trailer, I would much prefer that. But like, why are we going back to like these? Why are we doing a teaser of Cap and then a teaser of Thor? Like, I don't know, man. It just it makes me want to go back on everything I said when I was defending this movie, when everyone said they're bringing the Russos back, they're bringing RDJ back, this is all cheap nostalgia bait. I stood firm and I defended Doomsday with my life, and now I feel stupid for doing so, because I'm like, nope, maybe this is actually what they're doing, because they got Steve Rogers, who is probably going to play a huge part in this based on what people have been saying. So sorry to cut you off, but
no, I mean, that's essentially what the rest of my sentiment is. It's like, what hurts, this is dramatic the way I'm putting it. What hurts the most about it is that, like, truthfully, watching the leaks and hearing the information about it, I don't think my heart like skipped a beat. I don't think I felt an inch of excitement. At least I felt that with RDJ. At least I felt that when we were live here. We weren't able to watch it, but we were reading it, and we Doom is the announcement of Doom is RDJ. What? Like, I felt that there. I didn't feel that here. Like, cool. I love Chris Evans. I think he's great as Steve Rogers, and I am excited to see him again. But also, this it doesn't move me. It doesn't have the motion like that. Like,
no, I 1,000%
drags me down.
What I will say is, like, contents that are in this next one, they make me flinch a little bit. They get me going.
I will say that, Ben, I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
You
hold on,
haven't
hold on.
watched it?
Wait, put it back. I was gonna say, Ben, I will say I have not watched this next one. I
Oh,
just
but you know
know.
what's in it.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay,
kind of
so
know
Ben,
what's in
take the headphones back off. Probably 5 seconds. Him, but like, yeah, him praying before
Yeah.
saying this, like the biggest battle of his life,
Sure.
praying before that, and then I don't know if
See,
you have you read everything with like his daughter in the trailer.
that's what he's talking. Like he's
Yeah.
let
Well,
me
no,
win this next battle.
they show him like kissing her and putting her to bed. Like
Really?
she's in the trailer.
I
Yeah,
see.
sorry, whatever.
So wait,
She's
no. But I know we. Do you know about like what the apparently the themes of the movie are? Like, do you know?
well, is it them like Thor? Because I saw a discussing film that says something about like Thor and Captain America wanting to protect their children,
Yeah.
or like
Apparently,
Doom coming for their children.
well, apparently, well, actually, that's probably a big thing. Truthfully, that could be that could be a different route. What I've heard is that there's a theme of fatherhood, and like there's something with Doom, and he lost his kid or something because of Steve, and he's mad about that. But the fact that we see Doom going after Franklin in the post credit scene
Yes.
of Fantastic Four, you're right. He might be going after the kids. For
I
some
don't know.
reason.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Well, and love is very powerful. But yeah,
Yeah.
they directly show her in the trailer, which Brandon had brought up and was like, Brandon was like, well, it's very interesting that they show her in the trailer. Like, I'm wondering if Doom kills her or something. Like, I'm wondering like what is going on. But yeah, I didn't even expect that. But I mean, I only heard the Spanish version of him talking in the trailer, but like the contents of that kind of makes me flinch. That kind of makes me flinch. And I wonder if maybe we'd be having a different conversation if Steve was giving some commentary while holding his baby over, like, I got to do whatever I can to make sure that I come home safe for this kid, because like what I'm about to go through, like,
I hear you when you say that, but at the same time, I go back to like they titled this Endgame. They ended Tony's story. They ended Steve's story, and you're bringing Steve back. And like it's different for Thor because Thor's story didn't end. We got Thor: Love and Thunder after the fact, and Thor went off and did his own thing right after Endgame for a little bit with the Guardians. And so I don't know. Like I do think you're right. I think you're with what you're saying. There's something to be said about that. If there was some good written dialogue for Cap to be saying, I'd probably feel something there for sure. But my mind would inevitably go back to what we've been saying this whole time. And I think that, and so at least I haven't seen it yet. But as for the Thor one, I don't see my mind going there. You know, like my mind is just going to be on everything, how good that is for a good direction to take Thor's character, a good struggle for him to have, and then I don't know, that excites me for the movie. Like we already we're just spitting off theories about Doom and what he could be doing with these kids just off of that.
Yeah.
Steve's thing beyond that, beyond its connections to Endgame, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, it just part of me is like, this feels really cheap. This feels really like, you know, baity, and I am genuinely disappointed about that. Another part of me is still gonna shill. You know,
Sure.
Unfortunately that's just what we've come to. But in terms of this teaser trailer, yeah, I have not flinched. Ben, I'm sorry, we haven't even heard from you, I don't think.
Sure. But real quick, Ben, let's hear it, man. Like, do you really care that you saw that in theaters rather than on Twitter?
I care for the sake of that is how I was intended to see it.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Fair.
If they had just officially released it and then it also was playing before Avatar, I would have watched it online beforehand. But I'm not going to watch a leak beforehand. But
there's something to be said about it. You're right, because by watching the leaks, we are therefore encouraging more leaks to be released.
I love leaks. Bro. I love that leaks.
But
wait, what? Why? Hold on. Why are you all for leaks? But you're like the most anti-leak guy of the three of us.
No. Okay. I'm not saying that as specific to like movie news and trailers. In general, I'm all for like give me a taste of something before I actually get it. Like I'm a big Lego fan. We have leaks of Lego sets that are coming out months from now. I keep up with that stuff because it gets me excited. I'm not going to see an image of that for like 6 months. I don't care. Tell me the name of a set now. Get me going, right? It's a little different when it comes to movie stuff, but I'm still not like anti-leak, but I am like I mean, I wouldn't follow discussing film and get a bunch of film news because I mean that's a lot of it's news, but it's also like early reports of stuff and whatnot. But for stuff like this, I mean, maybe if we had gotten a leak like months and months ago that was just a description of the teaser trailer and we didn't know, oh, we're getting multiple, it's playing before Avatar Fire and Ash, maybe then I would be like a little more on board with knowing about it ahead of time. I mean, it was a leak that we're even getting 4 trailers before Avatar Fire and Ash. That's never been like officially stated by like Disney or Marvel. They've never.
It did leak, but then it was officially stated by Deadline, and I remember discussing Phil posted about it. But
Yeah, but
yes,
I'm just saying first. Like even the idea of going to check it out in theaters started as a leak, you know? So it's a balance. I don't just want everything. Like I would never be the type of person to like, oh, the Doomsday script leaked. If it actually did, let me read it before I watch the movie. I'd never do that. So there's levels to it, I guess. I can't fully explain my thoughts on this teaser yet. I will in a few minutes. It'll make sense soon.
Okay. All right.
But
I was like, what, next episode? What are we talking about?
No. It'll make sense. It'll make sense here shortly. But I'm surprised that they went all out with making the endgame connection, at least to some extent, in the very first teaser. I thought that would be something they would do like closer to the re-release of Endgame. Somebody put it, I saw a video of somebody who worded it in a very specific way that kind of resonated with me a little bit. And they basically said that as much as they agree that this is like clearly, you know, nostalgia bait and this is not what we wanted, they said there's something that's like comforting about going back to like the characters and the things that we loved about the MCU. And I kind of resonate with that like a little bit because I've been pretty frustrated with the last few years. And so it's a little bit of give and take for me. It is, yeah, if you're going to give us something else and it's going to be something that I know and it's going to be done well, I'll take that over the last 5 years of Marvel 100%. But on the other hand, what the heck was the point of the last 5 years of Marvel? So I understand kind of both sides of it. I think either side is maybe going to give me some things that I like, and either side is also going to piss me off. So I'm teetering on both sides of it, where I think, like Charlie said, it doesn't move me crazy in either direction. There's a good and a bad to however they were going to approach this movie. And I don't know. We'll see. It's a fine teaser, though. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody cheered. I mean, nobody cheered. That's all.
No, not. It was crickets in my theater.
Not a soul. Yeah.
But well, we got an all-timer moment here. So if anything, at least we got that. That was absolutely insane. Gosh, that's so funny. The what? I was like, yo, no way. He just straight up said Thor. We'll see. We'll see what Ben thinks next time we record. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about a fucking trailer, though.
The Odyssey.
Oh, I was like, I thought you were transitioning to Avatar. I was like, this is not Avatar.
Nah. Can I start, Aiden? Can I start?
Yeah. by all
Wait,
means.
before we dive into, are we going to talk about the prologue at all that you guys saw? Because I did
That's
not.
what we're about to talk about.
100%.
Okay. Well, okay. Then I will
You-
say I
you
did see
spoiled-
the prologue.
You spoiled the trailer.
You've seen the
He gets
prologue.
I
to fucking do
saw the
the
prologue, but I saw it literally like 2 weeks ago when it leaked. I saw it like 2 weeks ago when it leaked, bro. I was like, screw it, bro. I don't care. I'll watch it like this.
That's
Okay, so
funny.
for those who don't know, there was just an official trailer that came out, which is more of a narrative, typical movie trailer that Charlie actually hasn't seen, which is fun.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll watch it here at the end of this.
Yeah, I don't watch
segment.
official shit, bro.
We'll throw it on at the end of our little discussion here, but they are showing an exclusive prologue that is playing, I think, only before Avatar Fire and Ash, so that it can be in its, IMAX glory and whatnot. It's about 5 minutes long. And I wanted to start because one of the reasons that I did not love the Doomsday trailer, maybe as much as I would have, and I don't know that for sure, but just speculation, is because of this prologue. I was about to say something that I have to hold for later, but I kind of have to go a little sequential with some of my thoughts here. But it was so good. I mean, for them to play exclusive trailers before Avatar Fire and Ash like they did and kind of stack it up the way that they did, I would have sacrificed the Doomsday teaser. Who cares about Mandalorian and Grogu? Like any of that, get that away. Give me 5 more minutes of the Odyssey. Just give me more. Inject it into my veins. This was literally like as soon as it finished, John and I turned to each other and he said, "Ben, I'm sweating." I said, "Bro, I'm on the edge of my seat." Like it is so freaking good. It
justified every single thing about this, bro. Justified everything.
It is so dang good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean,
there's something about that IMAX just thumping, and then they open the freaking gates, and the dude's just standing there, and then just marches forward.
There's so like the way that they tell the intensity of that story, like showing, the inside with all of the soldiers in there, and like, oh my gosh. And then there was a shot that like I got chills when I think it's when Matt Damon, when they're like about to let everybody in towards like the end, and he grabs a torch and tosses it over the wall, and then you see all of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
dude.
It's just like the tension and like oh my gosh. I mean,
yeah,
it's Nolan. So like this is exactly what I would expect, exactly what I would hope for.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Incredible.
It
has the fucking sauce, man. God, it's so good. Just like even when they're stabbing through the horse and they catch that one dude and they grab his mouth and put him down. Yeah. And then I think they wipe the sword off too before he picks it back up. Like, it's just
really. I didn't see that.
The other soldiers like wrap their like to clean the blood off as it's going out.
So it doesn't. That's cool. That's really cool.
And then the whole like escaping the horse scene where he like drops it and catches it like at the last second, and it's so good, man. It justified every single thing about me buying my tickets a year ahead. Even if this trailer was god awful, I'd still be like, damn, I'm glad I bought my tickets.
I'm gonna say it. That is the 1-1 next year.
Really? Yeah.
For our draft pick and probably just for like projects that I am most excited for.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That
I already have.
Dune,
so
and
I'm pick 3, right? Just to clarify, I'm third.
Wait,
pick,
I don't. Have we decided what the order is?
We haven't decided.
Well, that's what we said. The person who gets last gets the double pick because it kind of like.
We thought about doing that, or you let
the winner, yeah,
because then he might want third pick.
Yeah, because like, what do I get for winning? What do I just get a pat on the back from you losers?
You get first pick. You get first pick. Like that's what I was thinking.
Calm down. You're not even getting.
You get first pick, and then last place gets to get the double pick. Like that's what I mean.
I don't know. The one is kind of the worst spot.
Not really. I mean, you get your hands on the Odyssey, like you're
Yeah,
saying.
you can
It's
get your hands on the
number one.
Odyssey early. Yeah, you could you have the opportunity to make
You have your pick
the
of the
one
litter.
really good pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you
Anyways,
could drop the ball, but whatever.
yeah, I wouldn't call that crazy at all. Yeah, what an amazing prologue. I'm very happy with
Do we
it.
know who's playing this guy on the poster?
I don't know. Do we, Ben?
I don't know.
Because I've seen the clips of him too.
So he's
in
in
the trailer,
He's
right?
in the trailer, but
Yeah.
like you can't see his full face. So
Well,
I don't
like
know.
the trailer, yeah.
Should we play that for Charlie real quick?
Oh yeah, I'm already getting it. I'm like, shh, no more talking. I'm trying to. I'm locked for this, bro.
I meant to watch it later because I was like, I don't want to watch it on my phone. I want to watch it in its full glory, and I was gonna do it on my TV on YouTube, but I don't know. I didn't do it.
Well, good thing you didn't, buddy. Here we are. All right.
I don't know if it's
Odyssey
a good thing because it would look better on my TV than in here, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Aiden's terrible internet.
Well, Charlie, you could play it off of yours if you want, because yours always
That's true. That's true. You're
a
right.
little bit better, anyways.
You right. You right.
Hey, don't worry. Once we move into this house, bro, we're gonna be good. We'll be fine.
You got a room?
I'll make sure we get some.
You're
great-
moving?
Have I not told y'all?
I think you. I
think I've brought it up before.
Yeah, I vaguely
Oh,
remember this.
I remember nothing about this.
Yeah, because you only think about
Yeah.
yourself.
A little casa.
I'm kidding. Wait, let me make sure I'm sharing audio too. Sorry. Yeah, also shares audio. Perfect.
All right, Odyssey trailer, audio only, folks. I do apologize, but it's the Odyssey. You got to give it a pass. So
Yes, sir.
On your mark. Cinema already.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home. Not even me.
Oof. Ethereal. Dude, Ludwig is crazy, bro.
Promise me you will come back. What if I can't?
Talk to me, bro. Oh my gosh.
That fucking
Dude,
score,
Ludwig is
bro.
crazy, man.
That
He's
score is insane.
He's so good. I'm excited to read the book before the movie comes out. That'll be my next book that I get through. But I know like the gist of the story, which is like they go to war and then the Odyssey is basically their journey home and a bunch of stuff happens. That's
Oh,
like
so
the
you'll read
general-
you'll see those leaks, but you won't see the Doomsday leaks. All
That's
right,
crazy.
buddy. Yeah,
Book's been out
absolute
a
cinema,
long
bro.
time, brother.
It was great. It was an amazing way to kick off Avatar. Yeah, I was blown away by that prologue. I was super happy. I looked over and I was like, my face is literally melting. I was like, what the fuck? I was talking to Brandon across. I was like, my face is fucking melting, bro. So I'm very happy.
Charlie,
with
did
it.
you like the prologue a couple weeks ago?
I did enjoy the prologue. Yeah. I meant to tell you guys that I watched it, but then I was like, yeah, whatever.
It's all good. All right. Is that all for our Odyssey talk?
I think so. I mean, I'm super excited, man.
Yeah.
It's a bummer that I mean, this might be one that I have to travel to watch in IMAX again.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth
yeah, I don't know.
it. You got it.
Yeah,
And again,
right.
the last Chris Nolan movie I did see in IMAX the first time, and I was like,
Yeah, that's the
Bad
thing.
theater.
It was
That's also
partially
possible.
theater, but I also do think that like if you're making a choice between like an Odyssey or like a Dune or a Avengers, like Odyssey
my
might be a
God,
better
Dune.
movie.
I might have
We're
to
gonna
go
get
for
to
Dune.
see. We're gonna get to see all three of those in IMAX next year. Oh,
Well, see, that's the thing.
I just got a little
one of them
wet.
has to move, but still though, Dune or Doomsday.
No, Dune already did. Dune moved up to November.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
That's news to me. When did that happen?
a couple weeks ago.
Did it really?
Mhm.
I low-key thought it was gonna get pushed to 2027.
No, it's staying. It's actually moving up a month. So,
Hell yeah, that's actually
dude,
sick.
that
moved up
movie
instead of
is
down.
that gonna make $1 billion? Do we think?
Dune?
Just based on the run that Timothy Chalamet has been going on this past, like the marketing
Dude,
for that movie.
what did part 2 make?
I don't think. I mean, I doubt it made a lot, but I mean, if there's any movie that's gonna be getting close to $1 billion out of those three, I feel like it'll be Dune Part 3.
I mean, 714 million.
oh yeah, it's
For moving the last couple of years, you're not seeing those numbers very often. I mean, that's more
And
than
it
all,
continued
like,
to be
all
the talk of the
Marvel
town
movies.
online and whatnot too. And like Tim, as you're saying, Aiden, Timmy's only gone up. So
Yep. Oh, it's gonna make a bill, bro. Let's go.
It's
dang,
March
we're gonna have
Supreme,
2
it's March
Billies
Supreme.
month to month, and then obviously a Billy as well in July with Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, and Spider-Man, 2 Billies, 2
Oh,
Billies
there-
in July.
Oh, next year's gonna be amazing, bro.
Toy
well,
Story 5
Odyssey.
probably.
What
What is that?
Odyssey-
Is that in July or June?
I think it's
That's
June.
in June. Okay, yeah. Supergirl. ain't
Oh
making it.
man,
Sorry to say.
Supergirl isn't. Yeah, no. I think next year could be an insane year for movies. I think I could see Doomsday, Dune Part 3, Odyssey, Toy Story 5, and Spider-Man all making $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Yep,
where
yep,
there's
yep.
gonna be $5 billion
Movie
movies
theaters
this
are
year.
back next year, bro. Movie theaters.
What do
are
we
back
think
next
about
I
year.
The
think-
Mandalorian?
I think that'll do
Nah.
like 300.
What?
I don't think a lot of people are gonna.
Really?
I don't think a lot of people are gonna pop out for that.
I think that's crazy.
I think at least 600. At least.
Really?
There's a couple other ones that
I
are
don't know.
maybe getting a little slept on or just not thought about. The Moana live action remake. Lilo and Stitch
fuck.
made a crap
Yeah,
ton.
Lilo and
Yeah,
Stitch
That's
did
good
a
Moana.
lot of
point, good
That's
point.
also July.
Damn.
And then the Super Mario Bros. Movie sequel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's making a bill. Damn, that's 7 movies that are gonna
Dude.
make $1 billion
Movie theaters are
next
back,
year.
bro. Movie theaters are back.
Oh, dude, next year is gonna be so insane, bro. We are gonna have our work cut out for us. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Mix in TV shows too, bro. Crazy.
TV shows,
Crazy,
yeah.
crazy.
I'm not watching
Andor
any TV
season,
shows next
Andor
year.
season 3, bro.
Invincible. You're not watching Invincible. You're not watching Daredevil Born Again. You're not gonna put that stupid thing on your list.
I'm actually boycotting all TV shows next year.
Mm.
Taking a stand.
Why? Because X-Men 97 season 2 is coming out and you still haven't seen season 1. But you're blaming the show for that and not
shoot.
yourself.
I keep forgetting about that. I need to get to that at some point.
Whatever.
I think
All
it's later
right.
in the year. You're good.
For our final piece of projects, whatever. My brain is fried. Our last part of the episode. last on our agenda, whatever it is. Avatar: Fire and Ash. We all went. We all saw this. That's how we got to see the glorious things we've been talking about for the past hour. Our Avatar: Fire and Ash instant reactions in 3, 2, 1.
No way, really?
Hot ass! That
No
shit was
way.
ass, bro.
Man, I'm sure. Aiden, that surprises me from you, brother. Actually, mine's more leaning downward, but
It was bad, man. It was a bad movie.
yeah.
Why does that surprise you for me?
I don't know, bro. You it was on your list, bro. Like I know you.
Well,
like,
I mean,
it was
because I thought it was Way of Water did pretty good.
sure. I like Way of Water more. Yeah.
But
no,
I
A
didn't
lot
pick.
more. A lot more than
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, 100%.
This was literally like in a lot of ways, not entirely, but a retread of Way of Water, and just in a worse
yeah.
way.
Yep.
Oh, 100%. It's the same fucking movie.
It is, bro.
It's the same movie.
I'm
They
sorry,
literally
what
fight on a broken down jet in the water that is on
And
fire
then
at the end of this.
they get away from each other again.
Yeah.
Just
And
like-
he falls and has a fake out death. Guess what happened in Way of Water? The same shit, man.
What I was about to say for the Odyssey prologue is I was about to say when I said, I wasn't as excited for Doomsday because of that. I was about to say that my favorite thing I watched that entire night was the Odyssey prologue.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Oh
I didn't
my
want to
gosh.
spoil that I
Sure.
thought this movie was pretty mid.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I really started feling that runtime too.
Oh,
Just because,
that's
probably just because of
horrible, man.
like how it just wasn't. It had no motion. I wasn't excited, for what was happening.
Yeah.
There was a lot of interesting stuff though too. That like in the first act, like a lot of stuff was very interesting to me. I was hooked.
I was locked.
Yeah, man. But just like when we get to the middle section of Quaritch with what's her name? The fire Farang. Yeah, Farang. Cool. Yeah, okay, I guess. But I like it. It lost me, and then also everything with Neytiri in this movie, dude. She is just
She's
annoying.
insufferable, bro.
It's like she is just like just an annoying
Insufferable.
character, bro. And they try to like redeem her with the big thing with her and Jake, with Jake and helping Jake, but like that's not. There's no motion in that for me, bro. Like this isn't saving her. And then also just the complete switch up she has when it comes to
Yeah.
Spider out of nowhere for no reason.
He saved your life. He saved your life. What the
like-
fuck are we doing? Like,
I don't know, man. And then also speaking of Spider, bro, I really don't want to like talk trash on people, but like Jack Champion, man.
bullying works. Lay it on him, please.
Bring it
But,
back.
like,
Please.
Bring it back.
I'm like, dude, I am big on emotional moments and scenes without spoiling it because I don't want us to talk spoilers yet. That moment, we all know what I'm talking about. That I should feel the hell out of that moment, man. That is a culmination of so many things, like movies worth when it comes to Neytiri anyway. And I feel nothing because I'm being dragged out of the moment with, please don't. Please don't. Oh my, please, you don't have to do this. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Oh, and then like the greatest line of them all. You buttholes. All right, bro. Really, bro? In fucking Avatar, really? What are we doing? And what the fuck is up with the humans? Well, every time we cut to the humans, it's just the most cookie cutter Disney Channel Hannah Montana bullshit that I've ever fucking seen. The most mustache twirly, no fucking depth, no substance, dry ass dialogue. What is up with that, man? Like, was Way of Water this bad? I was sitting there afterwards being like, I don't remember having this many problems with Way of Water. There's no way that this shit was as bad. Like,
It wasn't.
frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. And I think when the movie, and Charlie, you might disagree, but I think when the movie is at its best is when it's just dealing with the Ash tribe and the Water tribe, and then our main characters, right? I think that is when the movie's at its best. The first 40 minutes of this movie, I was absolutely locked. It was insane. Just them traveling by wind and then getting ambushed.
Sure.
Edge of my
That stuff's
seat, bro.
cool.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. And then we cut to the fucking military. We cut to the humans. We cut to all this cookie cutter BS. And then Spider gets shoved into like the front of the movie, the whole second half, which does not help it out at all. And it just keeps going downhill. Even I forget her name, the daughter that's fucking Paul Atreides. Yeah, it sounded like they kept calling her Diddy at some point. Like Diddy.
I thought it was Kitty at first, but then
yeah, Kitty.
I was listening more.
Anyways, I'm just gonna call her Diddy. When fucking all of her moments, bro. Like, there's this one. It's supposed to be her big like, back away from her, you bitch, and it feels like we've got her back in Avengers Endgame, and that's just what it feels like. And it's like, oh man, I can feel the fucking High School Musical writers just putting their fucking all in this moment. Dog shit, man, and it sucks because I'm so locked in the beginning.
I don't know, dude. For me, it's just how many times can somebody get taken captive or be held be kidnapped in this movie and then get saved and then just
and nobody dies.
Do it all over and again. Yeah,
Jake Sully doesn't die.
And it's at least Way of Water, bro. Their kid dies. You know, like holy shit.
They killed like 3 of the Water Tribe family. Like,
yeah, and that's I guess, but like, yeah, no, like
I agree. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No, Way of Water was a lot better. And yeah, we did deal with the humans a little bit, but they had the interesting angle of Quaritch coming back as an avatar, the way that they could, still have him with his same memories and ambitions and everything into an avatar, which I think added an interesting layer and just expanding the world. But then you get to this point, it's like they should have cut the human storyline of this completely out. I think that they even could have combined Way of Water and this movie into one 3-hour movie and done like nothing with the humans, just the Water Tribe and then the Ash Tribe and Quaritch coming back. That's all you need. And I really think you could have had a solid movie. Apparently that was the case at one point. They have said that 2 and 3 at one point were one movie, but then James Cameron said, oh, there was too much content there and I had to split it up. There was not too much content there, James Cameron.
Yeah,
you just got to rein it in a little bit, okay? I know your imagination runs wild, and you say that you could make 100 Avatar movies. No, you freaking couldn't. You just can't. Okay? Yeah. This has gotten to the point, and people have said this about Avatar like for a long time, even since the first one. But even when 2 came out, it's like it's a retread of the things that we've already been doing, and it's not doing anything too special. Mm-hmm. And even when it comes to the technological advancements, 1 to 2 is a huge leap.
Sure.
2 to 3,
barely noticeable.
It looks just as good. It doesn't look any different. And so like you have to
honestly, I'd say the 3D was worse in this one than in Way of Water.
I don't really remember. I think there was a couple of scenes where I like actively noticed the 3D, like the chase that was happening in the forest, because there's lots of like foliage. Yeah. And so that was like all of a sudden just in your field of view right in front of your face. But I don't really remember the experience of the Way of Water enough to really compare that. But yeah, just I don't know. It pisses me off because I really don't think it's that hard to make a good Avatar movie. if I'm being honest, like you
make it pretty and nice colors.
Make it pretty, tell an interesting story. Why are we resorting back to like big battle with sky people? And the thing is, that didn't even like result in very much. When the sky people showed up, they got rocked. And then it's like, then it's the Ash Tribe that shows up and present an actual threat. So why not just cut out the humans entirely and give us what is actually like threatening?
Yeah. Because why did we need to have the humans doing the exact same thing that they did in Way of Water, the last movie? Like that was what this whole fight
guy was dead. He comes back with an arm, and I'm like,
oh my god! And bro, don't get me started on him. I was telling my wife on the way home, I was like, if you want to automatically spot just like horrible writing for a bad villain, pay attention to whenever they have somebody that just says the most outlandish things for no reason. Every bit of screen time that they get, they're calling somebody a name or they're just being evil for evil's sake. And then whenever it gets to the climax of the movie, everybody's getting killed off and they save them for last to do one big, oh, look at him die in the worst way possible.
Special way. Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing, man? And every single time that they cut to the, oh my God. And then the fucking biologist that's in a group with all of them where they just zoom in on his face. Everyone's like drinking, like, oh yeah, fuck these whale things. And they zoom in on this one guy's face and he's sitting there like this.
This is wrong.
And guess who goes and say, Jake Sully, I got you. Move, people. Grr, big action scene. Jake, I got you, man. I look up to you. I love what you're doing out there. Like,
save them in the least interesting, the least interesting way you could do it. That you have Spider running around free. You have Neytiri there flying around on a freaking whatever those things are called. Like, how do you have the random Hume guy pull up with a bulldozer and that's how Jake gets saved? You have so many other interesting ways you could do it, man. And granted, I guess they had this spider walk in front of him and shield him from bullets. Okay,
that was horrible. That was so bad, man. Like, let Jake get away in a cooler way. Like, you just have Spider giving his fucking Disney XD dialogue. Hey guys, hey you buttholes, look at me. Like, man, it pisses me off. It makes me
keep Jake captive. That's what I say. I say, no,
kill him.
No, I mean this.
Don't kill him.
I say he should have gotten captured, and then he's captured by the Sky People, and that's basically the only amount of Sky People that we see in this movie. We know that Jake is captured. And then I think you write a different third act with a different final battle where you have the Water Clan, Neytiri and their family figuring out how to defend themselves against the Ash Tribe in Quaritch without Jake there. I think that is a much, like, that's more interesting. Get rid of the Sky People. It's just a different level to things. Leave Jake captive. That's an issue for the fourth movie, and then make it a more interesting way to figure it out.
You know what's so funny too? In the third act, when they're doing their big fight, they pack the fucking Sky People up with no hesitation. Like, nothing gets in their way. They pack them up so easy. It's when the Ash Tribe comes in a quarter of the way into them kicking their ass. Yeah. And then they have the most. So why are you trying to show me over and over that there is a fucking reason for the Sky People to be in this movie as much as they are? If they like fight them for a quarter of the final battle and then get packed up like that, like, and then they do some cheat, like, oh, they're hunting us down, get away, or like they're still out there. Like, I don't know. They're not a threat, man. And you establish them as not a threat. So then why are they lingering around just for your big tense moment with Diddy and fucking Spider underneath the water? Last second, mother, help us out, and fucking humans die. Like,
bro, can we talk about that? The warrior mother scene. What is? I don't know what James Cameron was smoking on that day, but
honestly, the AWA stuff is very uninteresting to me. And like, I don't know if you guys have heard like the light story details we know for like, it's just going to be doubled down upon. Like, Kiri is supposed to be the narrator of the next two if they get greenlit, yada yada yada. And it's just like, I don't.
If they get greenlit, please let them not be, bro. Like, I've had my fix. First two were cool. Like, I can live with that, but I'm not gonna. I don't care about waiting another 4 years, 2029. I'm gonna be fucking 27 years old, bro. Like,
jeez.
I don't. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. I don't care. Like, it's just fuck, man. This shit was so ass. Like, if you're gonna, like, I don't know, and the whole like spectacle of it all, just make it a fucking spectacle at this point. Like, at least let me expect to just go in and be like, ooh, pretty colors. But
yeah,
I thought the action was actually a big step down from 2.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah, I can agree.
There's some iconic stuff that happens in the second movie, And even like stuff in the final battle, with like the sinking ship, some moments where like Natiri just like rocks up and starts killing the humans with her bow, and like there's some cool one shots, and Jake Sully versus Quaritch, like there's some great moments, and then some action that takes place like in the water and whatnot. And then like I don't know, this either was a repeat or just like big explosions. Like I don't know, I actually thought the action was pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, I want to harp back on Natiri because, like, we just talk about. I'm gonna dive into spoilers here. By the way,
Yeah, go for it.
talk about like what kind of conversation was that with her and Jake, where Jake actually like hammers home to her, you hate humans, you hate pink skins. Well, guess what? I'm a pink skin. I was a pink skin. I'm still a pink skin inside. Nothing's going to change that. So do you look at me, you hate me? You look at your children, you hate your children? She literally says yes. She literally says that I look, whenever my kids fuck up, it's because it's the pink skin side of them. She says that. Tell me, she storms off. Why does Jake run up and apologize? Why does he run up and apologize? What are we talking about, man? She's an insufferable character, and then all of a sudden she switches up when it comes to Spider because he saved Jake's life. But why is that what you're married to someone who betrayed his own race of humans to support you and your planet? But that's not enough for you to change some little kid saving your husband's life. Then okay, that's what you're like. All right, yeah. Pink skins, they aight, bro. They aight in my book.
Fucking insufferable, bro. It pissed me off so bad. I can't tell you the amount of times I did this. Pretend you're my wife sitting next to me in the theater. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I just threw my hand up like, what the fuck is this bullshit, man? This is so hot ass, bro. And then, that cheap ass scene at the end of just the fucking Sigourney Weaver fucking CGI'd into all the avatars, and they all put their hand. My God. I felt like that was James Cameron slapping me in the fucking face and then fucking slapping his dick on me, bro. And just being like, yeah, you feel my fucking dick? You paid money to come see this shit. Look, yeah, get on your knees. You paid money for this shit. Oh, it pissed me off, man.
Dude,
it pisses me off.
And maybe I missed something in the second movie, or maybe they're just like underfunded at this like little outpost thing, and they just can't do that. Not underfunded; they're in hiding or whatever. Maybe they just don't have the materials. But the entire problem that arose with Spider being able to breathe the planet's air, and they're like, "Oh, we got to kill him." Like they're gonna figure out how to reverse engineer this, and then humans can breathe the air. Why can't we just make Spider an avatar and have Awa put him inside of a fucking avatar and then say bye-bye to Spider's body or human body? That's what we've done with every other human character in this fucking franchise, but we can't think to do it with Spider. All right, man. Yeah.
It also doesn't even make sense that they could reverse engineer it, because it's Awa, which is also what's allowing all of the avatars to breathe. It's not like a human being able to do it is like really a new thing. He can do it for the same reason that the avatars can. So it's like, I don't understand. I mean, obviously there's still like we don't want him to be kidnapped, but this idea that there is even a possibility that it can be reverse engineered, I don't even think that's a thing.
Yeah. What it like talk about like we're talking about how they just try to shoehorn in more humans, and like that's what that entire storyline is, and it's just it's nonsensical in so many different ways that it's just like, why are we doing it?
Yeah, I didn't want to give a big compliment. I actually think that Quaritch, not that he was like great in this movie, but he's been consistent throughout the movies. Obviously, like the bringing back fake death and whatever. But I like his development of like the first movie and then getting into an avatar body, and now kind of this back and forth between worlds that he's dealing with. I actually really like that. And I will pair that alongside with giving a big compliment to Uma Chaplin I think she did a great job with her role. I just think she was like underutilized as intimidating as the Ash tribe was, and as great of a villain as she was. I feel like that should have just been like the full focus of the other side of the movie. We didn't need anything else with humans or anything else going on. She could have carried it on her back easily with just the nature of who she was as a villain, and bringing in Quaritch and their bond that they had with one another. All of that I thought was actually really good, and I just wish that like just hone in on that. You had something there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep ripping on it. Another problem I had, dude, like they spend every moment with Quaritch when he's talking to Spider, like, I'm not that guy, I'm not that man. That man's dead. Like it's not me. And Spider says it too. Spider said, like, my dad's dead. You're not my dad. So then why, when it comes to when he's talking to Jake, it's so personal for him. Like it's what you did to me and my guys. You're not that guy anymore. I thought you said you're not him. Like you're not that Quaritch. So like, what are we talking about? You can't have it both ways. Well, like, I don't make up your mind, brother. It's hard for me because Quaritch is a character that I really like. I could see myself enjoying, at least to some entertaining degree, whether it be like he's a good antagonist / villain, or like if he's on some sort of redemption arc. But like if you have him flip flopping all over the place, it's just it becomes asinine to me. It just becomes a pointless conversation. And then last thing, I do think that like it could be an interesting storyline to have Jake have to come to not the realization, but just finally come face to face with the consequences of betraying the human race, right? Like I do think that like that could be an interesting angle to go through. If you want to focus more on humans in this world, make that a whole thing. Make that the premise of the movie, though. Like you're introducing all these other elements with the Ash people that are infinitely more interesting than what's going on. I don't care about Jake being killed by a firing squad because he betrayed the human race. Like, I don't know, man. I do think it could be cool, but make that a lot more compelling, and also don't rush the fact that you're gonna be killed by a firing squad tomorrow. And also maybe, I don't know, give humans some sort of like buff, maybe, because like they just, as we talked about, they get destroyed with little to no effort from the not the Na'vi, not the I was gonna say the Avatar. And that's another thing that's supposed to happen in 4 and 5, or maybe just one of the two. That there's going to be a lot more focus on Earth, apparently, and what they're doing and how that looks and why they're doing what they're doing. But who knows if we'll get that.
Yeah,
movie looks cool, man. Looks cool. It's a cool looking movie.
Yeah, looks really cool. I think this is actually, I logged out of my letterbox. Let me
This was disappointing for me. Very, very, very disappointing. This should.
I know, especially for you. You said
this should have been
to be your number one.
A tap it. No. But this should have been a tap in top 10 movie of the year for me.
Oh yeah.
It just should be. I don't. Yeah. Did you guys think earlier when I said like, oh, here's my top 5, but take out Avatar? Did you think that I might have actually had it high up?
I thought so, maybe. No. When I was watching it, I was sitting there thinking, "There's no way Ben will allow this." There's
I thought
no
you liked
way
it,
that
truthfully,
Ben will.
but I didn't think you had it like top 5 or anything like that.
No.
It's
Not even
my
close.
29th out of 44 of the year. Yeah. Brave New World, Together, Mickey 17, Ballerina, all ahead of it. But it beat out Running Man, Wicked, Good Boy, Sentimental Value.
It beat out
Whatever.
Running Man. Aiden.
I'm looking at my placement. I might even move it down a lot more because I think I'm hating it the more we talk about it because fuck man, it really pisses me off. And whenever I put this, like when I got out of the theater, I was like, I'm just gonna put it here. I'll talk about it for the podcast and I'll do my review later. Fuck man, I might put this under Smash Machine. I think this is like a 5 out of 10, bro.
Dude, the finale of
pisses
the
me
movie is
off.
literally the exact same as Way of Water. Literally the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, it is. I gave it a 6.
Yeah, this is a 5. It's my 36 out of 44. Fuck that.
I'd say I'd probably give it a 5 too.
Yeah. God, man. So annoying. Well, look
I
at
really
us. We go for
Go
it.
ahead.
I was just gonna say we
No, you
agreed
go
on
ahead.
Pluribus
Holy cow,
and
man.
we agreed on Avatar. We're
Yeah.
making progress.
I didn't feel the runtime really, other than having to use the bathroom. Like I don't like I can acknowledge that it's long, but it doesn't bother me at all. So it's fine. But yeah, no, I think we're like this whole episode we're basically in agreement. But seriously, afterwards I was like, I just watched an Avatar movie and I watched a Doomsday trailer, and my favorite thing that I watched tonight was the Odyssey prologue. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
if we were 3-5 years ago talking about The Way of Water and like, you know, trailers for like No Way Home, then like I would have been there for all of that, but not anymore. This just goes to show Nolan never fails me. He's never let me down.
Yeah.
You like Tenet?
I love Tenet more than
Really?
most people.
I don't not like Tenet, but I just
It's actually one of my most
like the black
watched
sheep for
Nolan
him.
movies.
Really?
Only for the sake of when I was in college, we would randomly have friends over, and if they were like, "Oh, you know, I'm kind of into movies but haven't seen many," Tenet was one of those that we would just go to and throw on. And because then for people who haven't seen a lot of movies, they're like, "Whoa, like this is like really cool," and they're confused by it. And so then they're like, "I want to watch this again and like check out more stuff." It's kind of a good, like, confusing but entertaining enough to like get people hooked onto it. So I probably have seen it, I don't know, 8 to 10 times.
Damn.
Which for being out for like 5 years, I think that's probably a decent amount.
You're weird, buddy.
Huh? What'd you say?
Nothing, man. I'm sorry.
Cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of our periods all being synced up, I guess. All of our wavelengths just being on the
You know what that
exact
means
same
for next
level.
week? Stranger
Marty
Things and Marty
Supreme.
Supreme is not going to be looking good for
Yeah,
us.
we are going to be all over the place. But I'm excited. I'm actually insanely excited to get in and talk. Like, you sent the thing earlier, Ben, and I'm like, man, just straight banger episodes from now until the end of January, from what we can see. So I'm very excited. We got a lot of stuff cooking, a lot of stuff that will be amazing. This was obviously, I mean, to no surprise, our biggest year ever on the pod, and I think next year is just going to be even more insane, because next year's a bigger year for projects. So very exciting. You never know what you're going to get here. You know, an Avatar movie earlier this year, us talking about it, we would have been like, oh yeah, that's going to be a crazy episode. I'll push back, Ben. If you said earlier this year, you're going to get an a trailer for Christopher Nolan's next movie, 6-minute trailer, an Avengers Doomsday trailer, all playing right before Avatar Fire and Ash. Can you imagine how hyped that night will be? We'd be like, oh my God, bro, that episode is going to be absolute cinema.
I think he did feel that. He did feel that.
I did.
For a week there, for a solid week.
Yeah, I forget that you're not as online as me and Charlie. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, nonetheless, it just goes to show how fast things can change. And so, you know, that I like getting to shit on movies with y'all as much as I like to praise them whenever they're doing 3 great. So thank you, everybody for watching and listening and/or listening. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Y'all too, gentlemen. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. I hope everything is as fun as it can be. Thank you for watching Words from Nerds podcast. Keep an eye out next couple weeks for an episode. Got a lot of stuff to tackle. It'll be fun. It should be absolutely amazing. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Adios.
Sayonara.